honestly. Also, really quick, I just want to address, even though it's not going to, well, you know what? Maybe we can make this a segment. I want to address the hate that Qatar is receiving for hosting this World Cup. Um, you were having a lot of people say stuff, and people at FIFA kind of like talking about the conditions. This and that. That country's not a democracy, and all kinds of different things. I just want to say that Germany got to host a World Cup. Japan got to host a World Cup with South Korea. They colonized South Korea, and it was really brutal and terrible. Teams are getting tournaments. I mean, like countries are getting tournaments, and like no country's perfect. But in modern times, like since 1950, the worst country in the world is the United States of America. And they're going to get the World Cup next time. And I better see the same energy, dude. Please. Because Qatar never invaded nobody. Don't you think they don't have bad working conditions, slave conditions here in America? Just because they're not building the stadiums, we already got stadiums that we stole off the land of the native people.
I mean, that's actually a bar.
Like bro. You think that America go look in the Tyson Chicken factory or some? I went to the pig vigil. I'm sure the people in there is daggone slave labor. All kinds of Amazon dude trying to start a union. It's a whole celebration because he's fighting so hard to get a union in the richest company in the world. Like America
Starbucks workers too.
Yeah, like America got slave labor and slave conditions. They get all these people that are undocumented and put them in slave conditions and pay them peanuts and abuse them. So hopefully that same energy is kept in 2026.
Absolutely. I think that if you're going to be someone that wants to take a public stage to talk about the atrocities or unfair conditions or unfair behavior or colonization or murder or land, land extraction of different nations have done, then you got to also adhere to the ones that we live in that's on the western part of the world too, the Western Hemisphere, especially America. Like if you're someone that's an American reporter and you're talking about the things Qatar has done, please keep that energy with the United States. Even if honestly, if you're Canadian or anywhere, like just let's keep it real. Like everybody has dirt, and all the countries that me and Bam love, there's dirt, there's bad moments because it's a nation at the end of the day. Like it's a nation, and history is not lullabies and fairy tales. This history is sad. It's rough. It's horrible. I'm Brazilian. There's horrible things that Brazil has done in history, horrible things Brazil continues to do. So you need to make sure that when you're addressing, you're not biased in your information. You're not biased because the perception, for example, even with the Russia World Cup, which is not good to talk good about Russia right now, but they had that weird perspective on like going to Russia. Like it was horrible. Like, I bet if I pull up, I would have had a great time. I would have came home. And then I actually met someone. I met someone last week. There's a friend of my girlfriend. It was like telling me about it. And he's from Ecuador. He had a great time. He's like, oh, it was a good time. It was like people everywhere. Everybody speak English. And I came back. He was like, it felt like I just went to like Chicago real quick and I came back. Like it was hella like secure and fun. So and I went to the Brazil World Cup. Even in Brazil, you know what it is. Dog, it's mad. It's the process may not be always as smooth, but it's mad organized and it's going. Like it's just a machine. Like get out your hotel, go to the bus, go on there, go drink something locally. When I was there, I remember I told Bam there was like American groups emailing like, hey, we're having a little throw party and you can meet up with Americans. And I was hyped, like, oh, cool, American people. Like back then, that's when Obama was president. So it's just a little different, you know what I mean? So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like I remember the Russia World Cup. I remember Danny Rose was saying like he was scared to go and bring his family because like it's so racist. I'm like, dog,
isn't he from Newcastle?
I'm like, dog, there's whole teams from Africa going to the World Cup. You think they're going to
from Newcastle?
You think they're going to single you out when there's a whole there's going to be a whole 70 people from Senegal come in there? You think they're going to single you and your family out?
You're tiny. You're going to look like another one of them. They're not going to recognize you. They're going to be like, watch out. Like, just move out the way. They're not even worried about you, Danny Rose. Dog, you're from like North England. You've dealt with, that's worse than probably being in Senegal. It's probably rough out there, dog. So stop it.
Yeah, like it was
you
like,
swear. Like, what?
I'm not saying that things are perfect in Qatar, but like,
No.
and there are issues when it comes to the Gulf that I know about more than most people, really. But when it comes to like the situation of them having the World Cup, like I think it's good that you have smaller nations and like nations in like outside of Europe and your traditional places to have the World Cup. I think that's good. I think it's worse, like at least like somewhere like Qatar or Russia, like soccer is their first sport. America, soccer is like the 18th sport that people are into. So like, why is
I
America?
absolutely agree with you.
Like it doesn't even like that, like it makes less sense for America to have it. Like I think they should have just gave it to Mexico. Even Canada. Canada shouldn't have the World Cup. Like it's a hockey country and like basketball. Let Mexico just have it.
I think that it's really good to give the World Cup to these other countries. I think what I said this years ago when we first did We Made a Podcast. And a lot of these not as I guess not I wouldn't say impoverished, but not these first world countries. They're not first world countries. Their soccer is their first sport and they dream of soccer, right? So to hear that World Cup's coming to like your country is crazy. Like I remember, I mean, I was older. I remember when I found out Brazil's World Cup, I was elated. I couldn't believe it. Like that's crazy. Like I grew up recording the games and being able to see that's a crazy experience, you know. And like I want the World Cup to like go to like Thailand or something like that, or go to Australia. I want to see that. Like, can we get like a Oceania World Cup? That'd be kind of cool. Like,
I don't want Australia to get it though.
No, I do. I want that because Australia has their own league. That'd be cool if they did stuff like that. I know it's big. Whatever. Shut up. I know it's big. Yeah, fine. I'm talking right now. But look, I only interrupt you. You don't interrupt me. Listen. So I like seeing other parts of the world get in the World Cup. It's not all about this, and I don't want to see 3 countries sharing it unless they're geographically literally the size of like Nebraska together. Fine, then you can do it. But like I don't want to see like 21-hour flights to get a game going.
you know what would have been cool, like although I don't really love it because of the countries, but if it would have been like Qatar, Bahrain, UAE, and Saudi Arabia, like that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, the country lineup is kind of rough, dog. But I agree. Like,
but at least they're right next to each other. Like,
I get what you're saying. Like,
if it's going to be multiple countries,
what's that region called again? Like that specific,
like
region?
the Gulf region.
Yeah, the Gulf. If they did like a Gulf, that'd be kind of cool. Like,
like if you're going to do multiple countries and it's not going to be in Europe, like you got to do or something. They're small, dude. Yeah. So like,
I agree.
Although Saudi Arabia is pretty big, but yeah, I don't know. I just hope people keep the same energy for America. We get people talking about what's going on in America around that time.
I'm all about calling it a country for being fugazi. Absolutely, I'm down. But like at the expense of not. But I'm not trying to give people a pass. Also, I'm not giving America. Don't give America a pass in the process. Like, we make the jokes. Me and Bam was talking about World Cup is extremely political. It's extremely political to me. I'm not out here cheering for teams that I don't rock with historically. I'm sorry, dog. I can't do it. Like I know you did, and we're not solid like that. Do I like players that play on Spain? Yeah, there's some players I like on there. Do I want to cheer for Spain? No, I'm okay, dog. I'm good.
Only
unless you got Iñaki Williams on there or his brother. I'm down. Fine, whatever.
They better not call up his brother and not him. I'm gonna be so mad. I mean, they're just trying to create division in the family. But anyway, episode 247, We Made a Podcast. Make sure you subscribe and holler.